This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat far. We keeping a foot on the whoop of Eeks. We keeping a foot on the whoop of Eeks. Let's talk about it, man. The Brooklyn Nets. There's an indictment out on the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm going to debunk the first one. James Harden is not going nowhere. James Harden signed with Kevin Durant because James Harden realized that he needed to bend the proverbial effing knee. Let me say it again. He needed to realize that he needed to bend the proverbial effing knee and kiss the ring while he was at it. Because his greatest successes was with Kevin Durant. If you go back and look at the Oklahoma City Thunder timeline, when it was Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. James Harden went to the NBA Finals. He lived in the NBA Finals, lived in the Western Conference Finals. They beat the San Antonio Spurs. Do you understand how hard that was? They beat the Dallas Mavericks. Do you understand how hard that was at that time? They beat the Los Angeles Lakers. That's why the Oklahoma City Thunder was a certified team. Sam Presti just didn't know how to keep things together. He was a Rudy Poo and a Plum Plum brain. A classic dope and a troglodyte. And infamously an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. He didn't get the message. He didn't pay attention and he didn't listen. Because if you did that, then he would have understood that James Harden was necessary for that team at that time. Because of the fact that he was the greatest sixth man we've ever seen, as well as him being a third cog. He's a hellified third cog for any team. James Harden played his best under Kevin Durant, under Kevin Durant's leadership. That's why he went to the Brooklyn Nets. James Harden's not going nowhere. The Brooklyn Nets are going to take care of him because they have Kevin Durant at the helm. Brooklyn Nets does whatever Kevin Durant says. The owner, Alibaba, because it's the combination between, the Russian or wherever he's from, mixed with Alibaba. They're the ones that own the Brooklyn Nets. Jay-Z has minority ownership. So you intermingle all of that together. They all listen to Kevin Durant. They all defer to Kevin Durant. They defer to Kevin Durant's expertise. If Kevin Durant says, hey, this is how we're going to govern our affairs, this is how we're going to run it, then that's exactly how it happens. So what you guys got to understand is James Harden's not going nowhere. That's false news. That's just Lebrontards, secret-loving Lebrontards. That's basically people that hate, where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Because when Biggie said it, he didn't ask a question. He made an emphatic statement. Vernon Maxwell prophesied this last year that the Brooklyn Nets are going to do their thing. They're going to win the NBA Finals. Everyone knows what's coming. They saw it prior to Kyrie Irving getting hurt, outpacing Chris Middleton. Kyrie Irving was locking them up too. Low-key playing hellified defense. They know what's coming. Kevin Durant was unstoppable. Giannis Antetokounmpo couldn't check him. And that was Kevin Durant still trying to work the kinks out and get back to the level that Kevin Durant is accustomed to. James Harden was hurt. He only played game 5, 6, and 7. Let me say it again. He only played game 5, 6, and 7. Lest you forget. Lest I have to remind your asses. So James Harden's not going nowhere. Anyone that's telling you otherwise is telling you false news. Where would he go? He has a perfect situation with the Brooklyn Nets. He runs the offense. Nobody gets in his way. See, unlike the Los Angeles Fakers, the Brooklyn Nets are symmetrical. They're harmonious in the way that they play because the way that James Harden plays, it does not get in the way with the way that Kyrie Irving plays. The way that Kyrie Irving plays doesn't get in the way with the way Kevin Durant plays. You want to know why? Because Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are off-ball players. They can play off the ball. Even though Kyrie Irving does a lot of usage, he can do it off the ball because he's technically and realistically a shorter shooting guard. That's why he said point guard affairs can stay with James Harden. James Harden likes to have the rock in his hands. He likes to razzle and dazzle with the rock. He likes to clog up the offensive possessions. He likes to make the plays. Kyrie Irving don't care about that. That's why they work. And Kevin Durant is the greatest off-ball player the NBA's ever seen. This guy could drop 40 points playing off the ball. This is why the Brooklyn Nets are a universally great team. This is why the Brooklyn Nets are where it's at. This is why the Brooklyn Nets are Brooklyn's finest. Because when BK stands up and do their thing, they're going to do their thing. So anyone throwing out false news, anyone throwing out nonsensical information to tell you that James Harden is leaving, where is that realistically? This is what you guys have to do. You got to always do your research. You have to study to show yourself approved. Don't listen to just anybody that's picking up a phone or picking up whatever and just talking on YouTube and telling you that James Harden's leaving. Where's the proof? Where's the credibility? Where's the verification? And if you can't get that, then stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity, hush. When it's all said and done, James Harden's not going nowhere. Because James Harden realized all those years after playing with the Houston Rockets, if I want to win, and I want to win, I got to play with Kevin Durant. Let me say it again. If I want to win, and I want to win again, I got to play with Kevin Durant. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat telefashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.